Boo! Ha, did I scare you? No, it's just me, Morris. Uh, I'm making this video. Oh, by the way, welcome to my weird, wonderful world and happy Halloween. Now, I had other plans today for a video to making videos. You know, it's Halloween, and I like to keep the Halloween theme, which is why I'm wearing the mask right now. I'm gonna probably take it off before the end of the video. Now I had my face painted earlier, and I went out for a bit, but also it had stormed earlier. It had stormed, like we had a storm come through, and it was raining kind of hardish enough, and I had to wait for that to pass before I could do anything today, which I had a kind of the day planned, and that rain kind of ruined, kind of pushed things a little bit and ruined things a little bit. But there's still a couple more hang-ups that I wanna I gotta share with you today, and why I'm not making the type of video, the type of content I really want to make for you today. Okay, I'm taking the mask off now, just so you can see. But I had my face painted earlier, and if you go to my Facebook page, you'll and it's the same profile picture, and it's the same name that this my YouTube channel is under, so you can easily find me. Now, whether or not if you friend me, what whether or not I friend you back depends on what I see on your page when I go and check out who you are. If there's not much to your page, or just something, even even the smallest smell of, like, the tiniest smell of fish, I'm not gonna honor your friend request. Like certain people I have, and I'm not disappointed with that, but I'm a little weary, just a little weary of who I accept as a friend request now, because a couple of times it almost kind of bit me in the butt, and there's some fishy stuff on Facebook and on YouTube, but I'm not here to rant about any of that. I was earlier. Um, this is my second, or actually my third take, because I keep going into a little rant, and I don't want to do that, so I'm gonna curve that. But today I had my face painted, and like I said, you can go on my Facebook homepage to the check it out. It was the last video I posted a couple of pictures that I took of myself, so you can go and should be able to find that anyway. And so, but today I went out in public, and I was going to film myself with my tablet too, but I wanted to go to Walmart first and pick something up. I had planned it, and I was going to go earlier. And if I would have been able to go earlier, like again, if it wasn't for the rain, I would have went and picked this up earlier. So I go to Walmart, I pay $30 for this, and it looks like it's going to work, right? It's an 8-inch tablet. I should have known better. I should have known that, because there's no indication, nothing to say what size that it takes. It gives you certain instructions, but not the size of what it can handle. No, it was actually, this is too small, this is too big, it won't fit. It won't fit. And so it's 100% useless to me. Oh, so I got my receipt. I'm going to bring it back to Walmart tomorrow, and see if I can't find something. But would have been perfect, but no, except for that. Unless, okay? Unless I can go to I'll check Dollarama. I'll check Dollarama, see what they have. There might be something at Dollarama that will also fit this too, that I could jury rig both. Instead of bringing it back right away, I'll go to because I got 30 days of to bring back the this if I need to, because I still, like I said, I still have the receipt, and I will be keeping that receipt handy. But if I can go to Dollarama and find just the holder, it's just this part here, what they call the cradle extension. So yeah, and it also comes with a thing for a GoPro. Has a yeah, it's a GoPro. What does that say? Mount included. So yeah, um, cradle extension. So it would be nice but yeah, if so, I couldn't go back out. I couldn't go back out to film another video for you. I still have my face painted and everything. I would have went back out with my face painted, but I said I went and did some laundry. I went and took a shower, washed it off, and I was like, I still want to make a video for you. No matter what, I don't want to make it too overly long. Again, I don't want to start babbling about how much. Again, I'm not even going to mention it because I'll start babbling about it. But just to say that I wanted to make a better video for you today. I wanted to make a much more better Halloween themed. Hopefully next year I'll be better prepared and things will, you know, you don't expect like also because of work some certain getting more hours. The last couple of days was less hours, but still, trying not to burn yourself out. I still bike back and forth to work, and that's at least a good 35-minute bike ride each way. That's 35 minutes there. Then I work, and then I bike back, and then and then I do my stuff here. I listen to music. I write things down. I'm learning to play music. When I say I'm busy, I'm busy. Even when I'm just like I have to find time to actually just relax and sit back and not be doing something, because I always feel like I need to do something. I have patches I've been wanting to sew on my jacket now, like two more patches to sew on my jacket for the last 5 months. For the last 5 months, ever since I bought those patches, I've been wanting to sit down and sew them, but again, I just don't have the time. Um, I still need to finish those pictures for Larry Graves. It's tomorrow's the 1st of November, so I will be getting into those, like, probably not tonight, because tonight I'm going out tonight. Tomorrow night, yeah, I really wanna. I haven't drawn anything in about a good almost 2 weeks, I would say, and it gnaws at me when there's things I want to do and I can't get to them because of this or that popping up, and that's more important to take care of. I gotta go. I gotta be present. And paying when I and paying bills, because I like to go out to pay certain bills and be present, and that takes certain time to walk down there, to wait at Service New Brunswick for however long it's going to take. Sometimes I had to go and renew my Medicare, and I had to wait there, sit there in the lounge for at least an hour and a half. It took an hour and a half before my number was called, and to talk to a to an agent. But that's just the nature of things, and all that time, time goes by so fast. Time goes by so fast. Um, I will do my best to make content tomorrow. Of course, I really want to make way more content for you guys, because always remember, this is a labor of love. I love doing this. This is not about making money at all. It really isn't, because if it was, I would be like, people are there's someone who's trying to offer me help online, in the comments, and I'm not take I don't want to take that. I don't want to do it, because for multiple reasons. I mean, but the major reason is because I I'm learning. This is my learning. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how many mistakes I make. I don't care if I'm doing this wrong, because there's always an underlying motive behind why I do this. I love interacting. When I left the job from at the when I left the movie theater, when I left from working at the movie theater, I really wanted to. Okay, working at the movie theater, I enjoyed the aspect of it that I enjoyed the most was the connecting with people, the getting along with the people who came in, getting them excited to I love greeting people. I like making people happy. I like entertaining people. I like I'm I I became one of the greatest gifts that ever happened to me was losing my shyness, because I was halfway of being shy. I wanted to be a little bit more out there, but I was like, especially at in my not until my early 20s. Like in my early 20s when I started breaking out of that shyness, and then going to Montreal and just not giving a care of how you think people perceive you, and how liberating when you lose your shyness, when you allow yourself to be open to interacting with humanity, and not automatically just hating people because they treat you badly, you know and understanding that they're treating you badly probably because they were treated badly. They don't know how to they don't know how to treat themselves good because they haven't learned from others, certain people influential in their lives to. Okay, just as a roundabout say that I love doing this, and this is it's about it's about this. It's about it's about this. It's about the Fibonacci sequence. It's about the creativity. It's about you guys. It's about like I love doing this. I just love doing this, and I mean, yes, I do want to do it like in a grander scale, and it would be nice, but I want to earn my I want to put the you again. You putting the you back in YouTube. This is what YouTube is meant to be, for individuals to be a part of something greater than themselves. And 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 but now to try to do anything on this platform, and I don't care what anybody says. No, the right now the algorithm is against people like me, against channels like me, and they're all about the flash, the hype, the quick fix, hypnotize people into buying crap they don't need. And it's hypnotizing. It's hypnotizing, especially short forms. I am saying right now, and people say, "Oh, you should go do some chores." Even my best friend saying, "You'll get somewhere faster with your channel if you go with the short forms on Instagram or on Facebook or whatever, or even YouTube shorts." No, 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 because I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be contributing to your hypnotic, I to to you guys being dehumanized, zombified. No, no, I don't want to do that. I want to present to you real, real human, concrete, stable, feet on the ground, air breathing, blood pumping, flesh and blood, physical being. You know, if you're on the internet and I cannot visit you and physically shake your hand as an individual, then you know I mean, there's some teams out there. Yeah, see here, I'm getting into my rant again, but who cares? You know what? Who cares? Because I'm not going to do this again. I'm not going to do this video again. I'm just going to lean into it and just say that, yeah, like it wasn't meant to be a message of being anti AI, anti anti-dehumanizing content. I love people. I want to see the best for people. I want to see the best for humanity, and my channel will always be a message of that, of creativity, and be weird. Be weird. You know, wear funny masks if you want to. I painted my face twice now this month. You know, and I love doing stuff like this with Scully, and you know, I love my mask. I love these masks. You know, I should have made more content with them, but you know, but when you're looking at the reactions of how many people are watching and how many people and what the reactions are, you know, you wonder like, what do I have to really do to get your attention? I'm unwilling to do that. I'm unwilling to talk down to you. I'm unwilling to dummy it down for you. I'm unwilling to be a part of the problem. You know, I don't want to be a part of the problem. I want to be the revolution to fight for what we once had on YouTube. Okay, it's getting it's getting long enough for a video. I just love, okay, you know, if you are watching this for the first time, don't subscribe to me. Go watch at least 20 episodes of my content first, you know, fully. You know, please don't subscribe to me right away. I want you to be happy. I want you to understand where I'm coming from, and that yes, sometimes my content can get a little bit personal. I was going, you know, when I first started making this channel, I was going to call it Mo's CD Culture Show and Tell. I was going to call it that, but I wanted to make it like no, because that's impersonal. That's not going to convey what I want my channel about. So right from the beginning, what's my profile picture? Just my face, you know. Yeah, it's a younger picture. I'm at least 5 6 years younger in that picture, but it's just a black background, meaning there's nothing behind me. It's blank. It's emptiness. There's nothing behind me. It's just me, my face, you know, my image of who I am. That's like everything you need to know about me is in that image, is in that face that you're going to see right down here in the corner there. You see that? That little emblem there? That's my face. And I love being able to cover it up with masks. I only have 4 made. I need to make more. See, I'm dragging this on. But I don't care. I'm making content for you. I'm letting you go very slowly. I'm just very slowly giving you my closing messages to don't be afraid to hit that like button, of course, and leave me comments. Definitely leave me comments because I love hearing from you. You know, I do like getting suggestions, but just note that if I seem like I'm being ignorant to responding in certain ways, you know, I'm just I mean it out of love. I mean it out of love. I never ever mean any disrespect to anybody. You know, never ever my intention is to offend anybody. You know, and whenever you do anything on YouTube, you always risk that somebody is going to not agree with you in some on some point. You know, and 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 be offended, and yeah, and it's just like that. But all right, okay, I am done fully. 20 minutes is usually a good round number for me to stop this. So everybody, be safe, take care. I'll see you on the flip side. Please look forward to way more content coming because I like again, every time that I'm not making good content for you, it's terrible. Okay, watch this if you're here for the first time. Watch this if you you know, want to see more. And all right, everybody, bye, peace, everybody.